Okay guys, so today we're talking about hunger, and a lot of the time when people switch to a new way of eating and one that's more structured, I guess, if you're eating 3 meals a day and then trying not to snack, which is what we advise in phase 1 of the Prime Nutrition program, then we get people coming back and saying, oh well, I just caved in because I was starving. And I mean, let's face it, there's no way you can be starving if you've eaten breakfast and if you've eaten, you know, normally the day before. It's just psychologically you're caving in because you're used to eating, and there's certain hormones as well that are sort of kicking off in your body. If you're used to eating every sort of 2 to 3 hours, if you're putting something else in your body just because the clock says a certain time and you think you should be eating, then there's certain hormones in your body that are trained to then tell you that you're hungry at that time. So the first few days are going to be difficult. What you've got to do is get past that, because like I said before, there is no way that you could be starving at you know, within 2 or 3 hours after eating a meal, especially if you're eating the right things. If you're eating the wrong things, even eating the wrong things, that wouldn't be that you're starving. It's just that you've disrupted your hormones, and then, you know, you've had the big insulin spike because of the blood sugar, because you ate cereal for breakfast again, and then you get the big crash. So obviously that's why we don't advise eating those foods. But you've just got to try and, you know, there's so many good things can happen in your body if you allow yourself to actually start to feel that sensation of hunger, like true hunger. I'm talking like if you've left 6, 7, 8, 9 hours between eating, or obviously even longer than that, like 12, 14, 16 hours if you account for the time that you're asleep as well. So if you are trying to implement it and you're finding that you are starving, you try and distract yourself with a pint of water, with a herbal tea, with a black coffee, something like that, just to try and take the edge off and just amuse yourself. A bit like a smoker trying to stop smoking and they chew on the end of a pen. It's that type of thing. Just distract yourself, and then before you know it, it really will be time to eat. But you've got to get past this thing of, you know, that you're starving or that you had to eat because it was 11 o'clock and it's snack time. We don't need that stuff. That we need to let the body recover. We need to really digest what we've eaten before we start piling anything else in, because the liver needs time to settle down and perform other actions other than just digesting food. And if we're constantly throwing stuff at it all the time, it never gets a chance to do the other things that it needs to do, one of which is helping us burn fat. So, you know, if you want to lose fat, you've got to put bigger spaces between your meals. So I hope you found that interesting, and I'll catch you tomorrow.